William here. It's a little hard to describe my problem by text, so I think I'd make a little video. Here's my panel. These are both my mid panels stacked on top of each other, and these are going to go right on top of this bottom panel, which I have laying out right here. The bottom panel is actually pretty, as the plans describe. It's came out perfectly, although the epoxy looks a little weird. But anyways, so here is the problem. The bottom one is small curve, like I said in my post. It has a curve. The degree of this curve is slightly smaller than it should be, but only by about 0.2 centimeters, and that's pretty easy to sand off. So right here, where the plans say to measure at the joint, the measurement for the small curve is 16, and the measurement for the big curve is 17. So that's a full centimeter difference at the joint, and same thing for the other joint. They're pretty symmetrical in that respect, in that regard. 17 at the big joint, at the big curve, and 16 at the small. And it's actually about 1 centimeter all the way across. It goes up to about 1.5 centimeter. In some places, like right here, it's about 1.5. So, and then I hope you can see this, but on the back, it's the same thing. Well, that's kind of hard to see, but well, that's kind of a lost cause. But anyways, basically, these panels are the same width or whatever you call this dimension right here. So the way this space right here is just repeated on this side is what I was trying to show, but it didn't quite work. So I have a few options the way I see it. Firstly, I could make a very small strip of wood and put it along here, and then take some fiberglass tape like this and put it on there so it wraps around like that, if you can see that, like wrapping around the tape like that, and fiberglass that into place, so then a strip of wood like this thick throughout, and then I could sand that down to size, and these would be symmetrical, and then I could sand down the top, and I would just kind of make a new curve, a new bottom curve. But that seems like a lot of work, and I don't know if that fiberglassing epoxy would even hold. So maybe that's out of the question. The other thing I'm thinking of doing is, if I come to the end and I adjust the ends, well, instead of calling it adjusting the ends, let's call it fairing the middle. So if we take this space and we push them together so that they're about even, and now this is actually quite even all along here. There's a little extra, but that's just some cutting that I need to do, or some sanding. But if I just put this all as it should be, as these two should be, the panels to be lined up perfectly with each other. Gotta wiggle them into place real quick. Alright. Then that leaves me with an error in the end of about this. So that's like maybe 2 centimeters of difference, and then that is replicated in the bottom as well. So, and then also under here. Okay, and so that I could do, and then I could just modify this end. I could sand along here to make it flush to the under one, and sand the under panel along here to make it flush to the top one, and then I could sand along here to make them both flush, which would be pretty easy, and that would work. That would make this all fair and equal, and but this end would be kind of compromised. Well, maybe not compromised, but just modified in some way. So if I did do that, I have to take into account which end I'm doing it to, the stern or the bow, and I have to figure out exactly how that's going to take effect into the rest of the plans, how I'm going to have to modify the top panels, etc. If that's foolish, please let me know. Maybe that's not something I should be trying to do. But I have the problem, and I need to figure out how to fix it. So that's the problem right there. Thanks for watching. Here's my other panels and my other work going on. And there, over there in the kitchen, you can see is my ama and some lumber, and well, I'm pretty spread out. Anyways, thanks for watching. All input is appreciated, of course, as is always. Thanks a lot.